What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. Today I have another quick unboxing video for you all. This one here is coming from the Lefty EDC knife pass around, and this particular one is coming from Knife Dope. So check out Knife Dope if you haven't already, and of course Kevin over at Lefty EDC. We're going to be getting into this package here rapid fire style. I'm going to be sharing with you my first impressions, right? First observations of this knife right out of the box, and I'm doing the honors today. We have the Kunwu Chad, right? Kunwu Chad is a premium knife with titanium PM60 steel, which is pretty unique. Not a lot of companies are doing PM60 steel. This one can take a very, very high HRC, which is very unique to this steel. Check out the diamond pattern titanium going on right there. This one is finally my very own. I borrowed one earlier. I've ended up falling in love with it so much that I had to go ahead and purchase my own, and I've just been loving it. Money well spent. Kunwu provides great value for the money, so definitely check this one out if you're looking to sort of upgrade or move into that premium category of knives in your EDC journey. This one will be linked down below, as well as any other knife that you see in this video will be linked down in the description. Of course, it does help out the channel when you use those links, but that is entirely up to you. With that said, let's go ahead. I have this thing upside down here, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a cut here, and that might be it, right? I want to say the way I'm going to open this thing opens like this, and boom, we got two knives. Okay, we got two knives right there. That's everything in the box. So let's check this out. We have an Ace knife right here. That's interesting. We've checked out Giant Mouse Ace Jacked before, so this one is going to be interesting. And we have a Vosteed knife here also. All right, so which one should we do first? Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Let's check out the Giant Ace, or let's check out the Giant Mouse knife here. I'm not sure exactly which model this one is. It says RIVLL GRN micarta. So green micarta, so I'm able to tell from that. So let's just get this thing open, right? Look inside, see what we're working with. Yeah, we got the peanut going on, and we have, oh, check that out. We got a nice little fabric pouch going on here. And oh, it's going to be a small factor EDC, and boom, here it is. Okay, so check it out. Second Giant Mouse knife in the channel here. Dig in this one. Let's go ahead and take a look around. So the micarta feels pretty good, pretty high end. This one has a, I want to say maybe brass backspacer, definitely not steel. And it is a reversible wire pocket clip going on this one. Flipper tab, and we have the little opening holes on the blade there for Spidey flick and the thumb deployment. So boom, let's go ahead and get it open here, shall we? Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you this. Love the fact that they did a finger choil, right? Anytime they do a small knife, when they put a finger choil on it, boom, it gives you a lot of great leverage, great purchase on the knife. Kind of makes it feel bigger than it is, right? Feels like a bigger knife without actually physically being a bigger knife, which is good. So good job there. We have a drop point sort of sheep's foot blade going on here on this one, and it is a stonewash finish magna cut, just like that Giant Ace that we looked at earlier in the channel. So check that out. We have a little bit of jimping, not back here, but up here. It's like they know you are probably not going to do the standard grip because your pinky is going to be on no man's land back here, right? So they know by default you're always going to forward choke on this bad boy, given the size. And that's why instead of placing the jimping here in the back, they do it here towards the front, right? I want to say this looks a lot to me like a Jesper Bosnes design, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, right? That is his name as a designer. And he also designs some other knives here, some other fact. Let me show you. Small factor EDC. Here's the CRKT Piet. And you can see a little bit of that design language right there with the opening hole, right? That's pretty similar, right? Might be a Vosnes design with another designer. That's kind of how it was with the Ace Jack, right? But here is another small factor EDC, the Vosteed Chipmunk. You can see where this guy is even smaller than those two. Check that out. Okay, what about something like the Divo NIP, right? Same approach here, right? Smaller knife, but because you can forward choke, boom, you can get a lot of work done as if this was a much bigger knife. So same principle there. So the nip is just a tad bit shorter. Okay, but again, both of these feel like a much larger knife indeed. Okay, let's compare the regular knives here that we do in the channel, the Vosteed Raccoon, the CJRB Pyrite. We'll go in sort of reverse order, if you will. All right, so obviously this guy is a smaller EDC, no doubt. ROP Model 1 right there, and ROP Model 2. Again, it's a dancer. Check him out, right? Pulling some dance moves on the dance floor right there. Yes, still much smaller than the Ontario knives. Demko AD 20.5 and Shark Cub, quite bigger by comparison. And last but not least, the PM2 and the Para 3. Right, so yeah, did I mention it's a small knife? Because in case that wasn't clear enough, yes, it is a small EDC knife. Again, the fact that you can forward choke on this thing, that's going to be obviously a game changer. So that's definitely a good call right there, especially for EDC use. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm typically a 2-knife EDC type of person. So, by the way, check out that reverse flick. Oh yeah, that feels really good. Boom. And the thumb deployment. Yeah, so good snappy detent right there in order to be able to pull that off. And I'm not entirely sure if this one is also manufactured in Italy or not, like the Ace Jack was. I'll definitely find out and confirm during the review video. But I will tell you what, the access to the liner there, got some decent jimping, and it's not, I don't think, as difficult to move it out of the way, push it out of the way there, right? Just good. So yes, going back to, what kind of EDC knife guy are you? Do you carry only 1 knife a day? Do you carry 2 knives a day? Lately, I've been carrying 2 knives a day because, again, I have some knives coming in for me to review. And if I only carry 1 knife a day, there was no way I could get through as many knives as I have here so far. So definitely a 2 carry sort of approach. I can see this being your primary EDC if you only carry 1 knife a day, but if you carry 2, this makes a great secondary, or for any time you need to take out a knife, you're really not looking to intimidate your friends or family or co-workers or something, then boom, this will be a great one to take out, because no one is going to really bat an eye and I guess get concerned for something like this. People who still think of knives that if it's a knife, it must be a weapon, right? It can't be a tool, it has to be a weapon, right? So people unfortunately haven't matured to the point to realize that they are tools. So yeah, in those scenarios, having a smaller blade will help, and that's what I would do with this one, would be make a great secondary for me. As a matter of fact, when I start carrying this knife here over the next week or so, it is definitely going to be my secondary, and I'm going to test it, of course. Something that I'm noticing here is the plunge grind is way back there. So my boy Jared from Nice Knives is definitely going to love this one. You can get as many sharpenings as you want without getting a smile at any point until you get way back here, right? At that point, you're probably gonna get a new knife, but you catch my drift, right? You get what I'm putting down here, right? Quite a lot of sharpening life out of this knife, no doubt. Love how they did that right there. Good call. My Micarta feels good. Ergonomically speaking, this feels really, really good. I want to say the wire pocket clip helps a bit. It's your standard curve back, drop and raise, no bill or anything like that, which is interesting. And yeah, I barely sort of feel that pocket clip there. It's maybe like an 8.5, closer to a 9 out of 10. And yeah, I can squeeze this thing as hard as I can, right? No issues. And I can fit my whole hand. Again, medium average hands, getting a full purchase on this thing, right? I don't have the biggest hands, not the smallest hands, and boom, we can get to work. The tip is actually a little bit lower than the pivot. So again, going for that maybe sheep's foot aesthetics on this one. And you can do some draw cuts with this, some utility cuts, right? X-Acto knife style if you wanted to, get that pokey tip there to do some work for you. And you have a stop pin right there, which is gonna stop the blade there while the liner locks it in place. The pocket clip is reversible, as I mentioned earlier, or in case I haven't mentioned it, you have some jimping going on in the back spacer here, which also works as your lanyard hole, so check that out. All right, very interesting there. I see big hardware, which is a good call from Giant Mouse. And yeah, Magna Cut steel, right? A lot of Magna Cut going on these days. Magna Cut is sort of, up there, one of the sweetest steels, premium high-end steels to sort of achieve the trifecta of corrosion resistance, ease of sharpening, and overall toughness, if you will. So that's pretty good. And yeah, Let's go ahead and do a scientific cutting test here, shall we? We're going to cut some paper and some cardboard. This one is not brand new out of the box. It definitely has seen some use with other channels. Again, a Spyderco EDC's knife pass around, so check out Lefty's channel if you haven't already. So let's see. Let's say once it bites, right? I was able to cut some swirls completely out of the paper there. It did catch maybe once or twice, but take a look, right? Take a look, some decent, good swirls going on. Let's get some full slices. There we go. And is there a nick back here or anything? I don't think so. Don't really think so. So let's see. Yeah, there we go. So keep in mind, you don't have a lot of cutting length, so you may slide out of your cut from time to time, depending on how long of a slice you're doing. But is it sharp? It sure is. So we know it can do paper, right? What about some cardboard? And I have some everyday diaper box cardboard here, single wall. And remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular like this, but rather at an angle, and it will look something like this. Here we go. So it is slicey, but I am tapering off of the cardboard. If I go a little bit slower, I have a little bit more control, and I can finish the full slice. I see right there, I just tapered off. But if I control it, then it will slice through. It's just you don't have a very long edge, right? So full flat grind going on here, which certainly helps. As a matter of fact, the flat grind goes all the way until this line right here. So that's certainly something. But yeah, as an everyday EDC use little knife right here, this one is certainly going to put in some work for you. No doubt about that. Is it going to be the greatest knife for long-term cardboard cutting? Probably not. But for cutting some cardboard here and there on the fly, opening up packages, cutting tape, paper, envelopes, whatever your EDC day task throws at you, boom. All right, this one is going to be a good one, and it's pretty lightweight. I want to say pretty lightweight to the point where I want to say 2.2 ounces. Right, 2.5, look at that. Just a little bit heavier than I anticipated, but not heavy at all. 2.5 ounces, which is pretty good. For reference, that CRKT Piet is also 2.5 ounces, and that Vosteed Raccoon and that Vosteed Chipmunk was also 2.5. All of these small factor EDCs, 2.5 ounces. So yeah, there you have it. Of course, it's going to make it a great knife to carry if you have gym shorts, if you're trying to keep it light for the day, whatever you got going on. In my case, again, I carry 2 knives, so it will make a great secondary for me. But you guys know the drill by now, guys. This was just an unboxing and first experience, sharing with you what that experience is like, checking out the knife for the first time. Of course, this was not a review video in any way, shape, or form. I will be carrying this knife over the next week or so here to gather as much feedback as I possibly can to come back to you with a comprehensive review on this knife. So if you want to check it out, it is definitely going to be linked down below. I'm not entirely sure on the price or the availability on this one, so I'm going to definitely link it down below. It does help out the channel when you guys make purchases through those links, but that is entirely up to you. You're under absolutely no obligation, and of course it also doesn't cost you anything extra. With that in mind, guys, if you haven't yet smashed the like button, this will be a great time to do so. It does help out this video reach a larger audience. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. I make knife content like this on an ongoing basis, and I promise you you'll want to check out what's coming here down the line. Got some good upcoming knives here for unboxing and review. You would not want to miss out. And if you made it to the very end, you guys are the real MVPs. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for your love and support. Check out the unboxing on the Kunwu Chad if you haven't already. Again, this is the one that we used to unbox this package today. Premium knife from Kunwu. They're doing an amazing job over there, and they deliver quality stuff, great value for the money. So check it out. I'm gonna put the unboxing video right here for you guys to check that one next. Thank you all for hanging out with me until the end. I appreciate every single one of you. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.